Hi April, I'm looking at your message and I'm really glad to learn that you've resolved your original issue. Just remember moving forward to use the newest version of Office. And so that obviously would be the 2016 version. So I'm glad you resolved that issue and didn't have any problems with that. If on your other machine, I see you, and I'm not sure if you put it on your laptop or if you have it on a different machine. Um, You may want to remove the old version before installing the new version. You have up to, I believe there's 6 installs, so you can put them on both devices. So something to think about moving forward. In the meantime, I wanted to go and show you how you can see what you did wrong. And so I see you wrote here that you checked your document, but you couldn't figure it out. And so if you remember during the orientation, I had you guys look at a video about the grader projects. And this video explained to you how you can look at what you did incorrectly, and it gives you a little scorecard. So I'm going to show you where that video is, but then I'm actually going to go through and pull up your actual submitted file. So the first thing is, if we look at our course, and let's go to our course, and if you go to the orientation, so you can select the orientation. I make that available throughout the course of the semester. And if you navigate to the section under course support, and this might bring back some memories, if you come down here, there were a list of video activities that I had you complete. And so this one is called Grader Activities. And go ahead and click on that, and that will open up the actual activity. Now it looks different because I'm in here as the instructor, but this is the video that I'm going to go through with you. Now, what I guess what there is a little disconnect here is how do you get there? All right, so you want to go over here to the left-hand side for the MyLab and MyLab and Mastering link. And if you go ahead and click on that link, you can enter My IT Lab. All right, so you want to go in through the MyLab IT course content, and this will open up our course directly in MyLab. All right, so this is what you see when you come in here if you don't access the assignments through Canvas. The links that I have in Canvas bring you directly to the assignments. And so because there's multiple ways, I never have, it's really hard for me, I should say, to figure out which way students are accessing these assignments, and I don't know. And so that is a little frustrating, but in any event, you want to go to the module where the assignments are. You go ahead and click on the folder that says Module 2, and in this case we're looking at Word 2. And you will have 2 links. You don't have this one down below, but you'll see this, and off to the right you're going to go ahead and click those 3 little dots, and then you're going to have an option that says View Submissions. That opens another window, and if you have multiple submissions, you're going to see them on the left-hand side. Now granted, I'm in here as the instructor. I don't have any submissions. If I did, and as you will when you look at your submission, you're going to see the date and the time. There will be a timestamp as well as the grade, and then you go ahead and click on that, and that will open up a scorecard. So real quickly, I'm going to go in here as the instructor, and I'm going to go in and open up your submission. All right, so hopefully this will pass quickly. All right, so when you open up your submission, it's going to look like this. All right, so this is the scorecard, and this is where the video that I mentioned to you in the orientation, it walks you through and explains how you can navigate this and look at what you've done incorrectly and fix those mistakes and then resubmit. Okay, so you can scroll through the document, right? That's certainly one way. What I think is more efficient is if you just simply filter by the incorrect only, and then it will isolate those tasks that were done incorrectly. So we can see here that in step 2 and step 10, some items were marked incorrect. So if we want to get a little more granular, we can hit this down arrow, and that gets a little more specific for us. And it tells us that in the paragraph beginning with attracting butterflies, the text was not set as the replacement text. So that tells me in the find and replace fields that there's nothing in there. All right, so that's what that tells me. So we're going to go ahead and see. I'm going to go and look at your downloaded file. We're going to do that in just a bit. But let's check out the next one. Says that at the end of your document, a manual page break. So again, we should see a manual break in your submission, and as well as, and it wants it in a specific place. All right, the break was not inserted after a certain paragraph. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to download your file, and you can do the same as well. And so I'm going to download this. I'm going to put this in my downloads folder. And I'm going to go in there and open that up. Let's go in my downloads folder so I can find it. I have to make sure I extract it. All right, so it's compressed. So let's make sure we extract it. And I'm going to keep it right in here. All right, so there's the folder. All right, notice that one is compressed. This is the folder, the file that we want to open up. That has a little zipper on it, really tough to see. I'm going to go ahead and double click on that, and this is your file. All right, so we'll check out those 2 items. And okay, that should be about right. All right, so the very first thing shows, here's your document, and they have the navigation on. If you were to do a find and replace, if you were to search, we would see the word insects over here. Also, if I go to find and replace, I should see insects and butterflies. And I believe this is why those points were taken off. Now, in the big scheme of things, that doesn't make a difference, but I think what they want you to, they're trying to get in here is that you actually typed in the word insects and then you replaced it with the word butterflies. And so traditionally, if I were to open up this file from a submission that was marked full credit, we would see the term insects in this box, and then in the replace with, we'd see the word butterflies. So, you know, I can go in and adjust your score for that 1 point. As for the page break, all right, so let's go ahead and put on your show hide button here. All right, because I can't tell if I scroll down if you put in a page break or not. All right, I can't tell that. All right, so I mean it looks good, but it doesn't. I can't tell. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the show hide button, and this goes and this shows me every time you hit the enter key, we see that little paragraph symbol, and the little dots in between are words. Okay, that indicates a space. All right, so and every time we hit the enter key, we see that symbol. All right, so when I see this tells me that you hit the enter key and you kept hitting the enter key until you got to the top of the next page, and that is not the correct way to insert a page break. Okay, so if we were to do that correctly, you would use, there's actually a couple ways. You could use the keyboard shortcut, which is the Control Enter, or you could use the Insert tab. All right, and so, but first we need to make sure that we place our cursor where we would like that break to occur. All right, so I would go up to the Insert tab, and there's an option there that says Page Break. All right, so you would select that option, and you can see that's what the Grader test engine is looking for, this hard page break. All right, and so traditionally that is the more efficient way to do that. All right, you notice as I insert that page break, I now have all these enter it's pushed down all the way, and so I can simply hit my delete key and I can remove those. And if I remember correctly from the instructions, they asked to, do I have another window open up here? Here it is. Add 2 blank lines and then insert the bibliography built-in field. So that's why I left 2 there. So there's 2 there, and then you should have the bibliography. So if you went back in and I would remove these, all right, just so I would just simply hit the delete key and get rid of that. Whoops, don't want to do that. Let me undo that. All right, so I got rid of the 1, but you want to have 2 above. All right, and I'm trying to hit the backspace. It doesn't want me to do that. Let me hit over here to the right. Let me see if that makes a difference. There we go. All right, so I repositioned my cursor and then I hit the delete key. I don't know if that's going to make too much of a difference, but you definitely need to have this page break in there in order for that to work correctly. So I hope this video will help. I apologize that it's very long, but I do hope that it was helpful.